Hey, what's going on? This is a little short video that I want to share with you to show you some of my little show inside projects. This one is a red oak, Quercus rubra, and as you can see, I've given it its first styling with this wiring. Initially, it was, a pencil, 90 degrees straight up, no movement at all. And what I did was just give it a little movement with the wiring, and plus I changed the planting angle so it now sits like this. I use a little piece of wood, so it's now like this all the time. And you can actually see it on the leaves. They started to move towards the sun. So yeah. By the way, it's not inside, it's just, I have them here to show them to you guys. So yeah, it's growing well. We can see the Navari right here. So we can see how it's thickening little by little, We can see the roots here. So maybe in the future we'll need to correct some of the roots that are growing in funny directions. But yeah, it's growing in turfus, and I've been growing this and fertilizing it with chemical fertilizer. So it's liking it, It's healthy. This is the fall right now, so the leaves are falling and starting to fall. So what I hope for this tree in the future is that, of course, it will continue its apical dominance and start to grow, towards the sun. But also, what I want to do is to encourage the growth of these little adventitious buds. I don't know if you can see them. There we go. So that we can get more branching in these areas of the tree where we need them, So, for example, here, it would be nice if we get a branch here, outside this little curve here. So it'd be nice if we get one here, if we get another one here, and that way we can start to shape the tree. If not, I'm going to go with the usual oak shape that we find in nature, which is, a very huge tree with a wide base, and then a broom shape, like an umbrella shape, right? So this is very, very fun. It has, it's been growing in this little colander for about a year now, and the development is good. I really like the process. I've also have others that are not growing in a colander. They're growing in pots with a lot of drainage, and I for some reason I've noticed that these ones are a little bit more advanced when it comes to their growth. They're a bit more precocious. Is that a word? Yeah, they've been growing fast. They've been growing faster than the other ones. So we can see it here, the movement. Oh, and by the way, the wire is not aluminum. Down here, it's very, very difficult to get nice copper wire or aluminum wire. So this is actually iron wire. Yeah, it's iron wire. Sometimes it's difficult to work with and you have to be very careful, but I found that it does the job and it's super, super cheap. We also have smaller calibers that we can use for more fine, finer branches. So I found out that it does the job very well, so I don't discriminate. Okay, so that's the first one. This is a red oak, and I also want to show you this one. This is a Himalayan cedar. It's not growing in a colander, but as I said, it's a pot with a lot of drainage. Using a very hot screwdriver, I punched a bunch of holes in it so the tree doesn't waterlog itself. Yeah. So it's very, very important that the tree doesn't get stressed because of excess water. So we can see that it's growing. Here we see the new growth. This is also growing in turfus. I've also added a couple of crushed clay bricks, just so the drainage is good. And this one I've also fertilized with chemical fertilizer. from spring to fall. We can see, and this is also probably a year old, a little less than a year old. So we can also see that this is doing very well. It has a lot of foliage, and one very good thing about this is that the foliage is growing in the lower part of the tree, which is good. Normally, especially with pines, we get all of the foliage growing in the upper part of the tree because of its apical dominance. But this one it's given us very nice branches, lower branches to work with. In fact, we have another little bud that's growing right there that we could use in the future. So next step for this one is to get a piece of wire and then start to, give it its first styling. I think we can clearly see that this will be the first or main branch. Then we have a few back branches over here, maybe the second one. And with a piece of branch, we're going to bend this like so. And that will give us a nice movement for a Moyogi pine little pre-bonsai. So it'll be nice. It'll be very cool. So anyway, these are the two little projects that I wanted to show you. It's nice. It's nice to grow little things that turn beautiful in a couple of months, in a couple of years, and especially turn beautiful because you're, looking after them. So that's really, really cool. Anyway, like usual, if you have any questions, comments, anything, drop them down below, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.